You know, some books just change everything, and today we're diving into one of them. Your Money or Your Life is a New York Times bestseller for a very good reason. It has totally reshaped how hundreds of thousands of people see their money, their jobs, and honestly, their entire lives.
Your money or your life? It sounds like something a robber would shout in a dark alley, right? But what if it's not a threat? What if it's a choice? A choice that we're actually making every single day.
And that's the core idea of the book. It's simple, but it's powerful. The money we earn isn't just paper. We're trading our literal life energy for it. Think about it. Our jobs take up the best hours of our day, and our life is whatever we can squeeze into the time that's left over.
So let's get right into it. The first big concept is what we'll call the ultimate choice. It's all about that hidden trade-off that's happening between our money and our lives, whether we realize it or not. Now, the book coins this phrase that, wow, it just hits you hard. It takes a common saying and asks this really chilling question. Are we really making a living, or are we actually making a dying?
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This gets right to the heart of that exhausted feeling so many of us have. We sacrifice our health to hit a deadline, we miss time with our families because of long hours, and our sense of joy just gets ground down by the daily routine. We get home from work not feeling more alive, but less. We're just burned out and disconnected.
And look, this isn't just a feeling. The numbers actually back this up in a big way. The book points out that more than half of Americans say they aren't satisfied with their jobs. That means a majority of people out there feel like this trade-off is just not working. So you might think, okay, but all this sacrifice, at least we're getting ahead financially, right? Well, not really. With the average personal savings rate hovering around a tiny 5%, most of us aren't even building real financial security. It feels like we're all just running on a giant hamster wheel, trading our life away just to stay in the same place.
So why do we keep doing it? We're kind of trapped by this powerful cultural story, the myth of more. The idea that more money, more stuff, more everything will make us happy. But the book argues that this is actually a recipe for feeling unfulfilled.
Come on, we've all thought it, right? It just seems to make sense. If I just had a little more money, I'd be happier. Of course. Well, the book has this really brilliant and simple way to show why that's not exactly true.
And here it is, the fulfillment curve. It is such a game-changing visual. So along the bottom, you have the money you spend, and up the side, you have how fulfilled you feel. At first, yeah, as you spend on survival, then comforts, maybe a few luxuries, your fulfillment goes up. But then, see that? It hits a peak. And here's the kicker. After that peak, every extra dollar you spend actually starts to drag your happiness back down.
That peak, that perfect sweet spot at the top, has a name: enough. Now, this is not about being cheap or depriving yourself. It's the absolute best place to be. It's where you have everything you need for a comfortable, happy life with nothing in excess weighing you down. It's a place of freedom. So what's all that stuff on the other side of the peak, on the downward slope? The book calls it clutter. It's all the stuff you have to store, insure, clean, and worry about. It's the overflowing closet, the gadgets you never use. It's all the excess. And that clutter costs you more than just money. It costs you your life energy.
Okay, so if the old map of more is better is broken, what's the alternative? Well, the book doesn't just leave you hanging. It gives you a whole new roadmap, and the destination is something called financial independence.
So what is financial independence? It's the ultimate goal. It's the point where you have enough income from your investments that you don't have to work for money anymore. You're no longer forced to trade your time for a paycheck. You are totally free to choose how you spend your life, whether that's pursuing a passion, spending more time with family, whatever truly matters to you.
And this isn't just some vague dream. The book lays out a really concrete 9-step program to actually get there. It starts with some of the bigger picture stuff, like making peace with the past, and then it gets super practical with things like tracking your life energy, where your time and money are really going, and minimizing spending. It's a step-by-step guide to taking back your life.
So ultimately, all of this whole new way of thinking, it all leads back to a single, crucial question for you to ask yourself. And yeah, it brings us right back to that peak on the fulfillment curve.
Because when you get right down to it, Your Money or Your Life isn't a budgeting book. It's really a life design manual. It gives you the tools to stop mindlessly following that consumer script and to start consciously building a life that's actually in line with what you value most.
So it leaves us with this one last powerful thought. The goal isn't just to get rich. The goal is to find your personal point of enough. So what does that look like for you?
What would you actually do with your life if you were truly and completely free?